All right, so I'm having a good chat with some of our friends in the College of Arts and Sciences. And just so that everybody out there knows who you are, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Let's start with Suzanne.
Hey everybody, I am Suzanne Boys. I am one of two undergraduate directors in the Department of Communication. We offer two majors in the department, communication and public relations. We also have a graduate program. We have 5 certificates, a co-op program, an internship program, and a lot of opportunities for students to get involved as they learn to study about human interaction and communication in a lot of different areas in life.
All right, and how about you, Carolyn?
Hi, my name is Carolyn Peterson. I'm faculty in Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies. I'm also the director of the undergraduate program and the internship program. And I guess the thing I want to say about WGSS is that I think what's really valuable about it is that it teaches you how to be a good person in the world. And so we have a lot of opportunities for that kind of evolution of your character. So we have an LGBTQ studies certificate, we have a social justice certificate, we have a major, a minor, and a lot of graduate programs and dual programs. And so the main thing that we study is power and privilege and oppression and how to deal with inequality. That's my little spiel.
Thank you, thank you. Sean, what's going on?
Hi, my name is Sean Hughes. I'm in the journalism department, specializing primarily in visual journalism, but we have 7 full-time faculty who cover everything from feature writing and investigative reporting, multiple Pulitzer Prize winners on staff and in the student community. And basically the idea of journalism is that we love having a front row seat to history as it unfolds. We have a really good, strong internship program, the oldest and largest on campus. We also do a lot of international field experiences through faculty-led study abroad programs. Almost all of our faculty members are professionally active, so they are producing work just like we are expecting the students to do. And we have lots of opportunities for experiential learning because the city of Cincinnati is a great lab for us to explore and learn and do lots of great stories on.
Oh, and finally, Andy.
Hi, my name is Andrew Lewis. I'm a political science professor and I'm also the undergraduate director. And in political science, we have 3 majors, classic political science, international affairs, and then law and society is sort of our new major. And we like to think that we are sort of at the intersection of theory and practice in sort of understanding civic life and public life and government life and those kind of things. And that is both in the domestic world of public affairs and also the international community, the global community. So that's a bit about us. One of the other things to know is that we have sort of this growing partnership with the law school that we sort of help head up. That's a multidisciplinary understanding of sort of law and politics and citizenship. And so the law school teaches some undergrad courses. And so we have them partnering in the law and society program and the legal studies certificate we have, and in a 3+3 program. So it's a fun time to be over there in political science.
All right, thank you all so much. So I just want to ask another question to you. So what's the big deal about the social sciences at the University of Cincinnati? Whereas I could do that anywhere, why should I do it at the University of Cincinnati? And so let's start with you, Sean.
Well, I'm a product of the social sciences at the University of Cincinnati, actually. I have my degree in sociology, and I also studied social psychology and felt like really the combination of that is a beautiful, it dovetails beautifully into journalism. I think there's a lot of crossover in the sense that you need to study human behavior, understand one another, and appreciate one another. By studying the social sciences, you really learn to be a good member of society, of both the local community and the international community. There's a lot to be learned through all facets of social sciences. And again, with journalism, when I talk to my students about minor, because they have to have a minor, I'm always pointing towards other social science courses because I think that there's a beautiful synergy between the two.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Carolyn, what do you think it is?
I'm also a product of the social sciences at UC. And I think that UC and Cincinnati, in the broader city in particular, have a lot of opportunities for understanding and studying social problems. And that's how I think about social sciences, is looking at broad social problems like poverty, inequity, racism, et cetera, and trying to figure out ways to address these problems effectively. And so, for instance, UC has an interdisciplinary project called the Cincinnati Project that looks at a lot of these issues of inequity and other problems of inequality in our world. And it really gives students the opportunity to not only learn about these things in the classroom, but also put them into practice in the real world. And Cincinnati is a really accessible city. And so there are a lot of opportunities for professional development, for actually engaging in research and activism in the community. And I think that that's something that's really special about the way that our university engages with the world.
All right. How about you, Andy?
Yeah, so the social sciences, I mean, you're really trying to understand people and trying to understand organizations, institutions, and it's a very dynamic, I think, experience of trying to understand how these things that matter so much to how we engage with each other. And so everyone is sort of representing different facets of that. But I would say I think one of the best things about doing it at UC is that we're big enough that we have really active researchers who are at the expertise of their field, and they're making real impact in the field that they're working in and that, you know, the area of study. But then also we have this sort of more small care for you feel. So the departments, they're big with expert researchers, but they really do care a lot for the students. They put a lot of engagement in the students. And so it's sort of this smaller sense of community and wrapped around this big research institution. So I think it's a really great opportunity for people to come here and study social sciences.
Perfect. Suzanne?
Yeah, I would say that there maybe has never been a more urgent time for young people to be studying human dynamics and inequity and social interaction, the making of meaning, which is something that our department really looks at, whether that is in healthcare or it is in sports or politics or corporations. It's really important that we send students out into the world who have a really strong ethical framework and a sensibility about how human beings interact in a variety of different settings. And UC is a great place to do that for all the reasons that have been mentioned, but also because we live in a great city where students can do co-ops and internships, and they can take what they learn in the classroom right out into an applied setting, and they can put some feet on what they're learning and add to their skill set, so that when they go into the world, they know that they can make a difference, and they can speak to some of those problems and help their community, whether that's a small community or the global community, to thrive in better ways.
Awesome, awesome. And so as we close very quickly, we have lots of students, first-year students, transfer students, international students, common word being students. What's your quick, brief advice for students and how they can be successful? Let's start with you, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of thoughts and advice, but I think one of the main things I would think about is trying to develop a healthy sort of life schedule that helps transition you from your different stages of life toward a professional career. And so when I say healthy, I mean, I think when you think about intellectually healthy, you need to think about being physically healthy, you need to think about being socially healthy. And so figuring out how to develop sort of a system of how you can live your life in a way that's going to be productive in those ways. I think sometimes when you do these transitions, you get overwhelmed. There's a lot of options when you come to university. So figuring out early sort of what matters to you and how to get that in sort of a regular routine so you can thrive, I think would be something I would encourage students to just take some time to work on that a little bit.
How about you, Carolyn?
So my advice would be to really take this as an opportunity to explore your passions and your curiosities. The College of Arts and Sciences is a really great opportunity for that because we have, I think, 21 different departments and way more programs than that. So you can really take classes from a wide range of subjects. And so I would come into, your first year with an exploratory attitude because there's a lot more that is out there for you to experience than I think you realize. And so give yourself that gift of this, this time in your life where you actually get to sort of explore all of those options with the freedom that comes along with being a first year.
Awesome, awesome. How about you, Suzanne?
Yeah, I would say three things. Number one, get involved. Number two, build your portfolio so that you can show people what you can do and what you have done. And then learn some skills that make you unique, whether those are hard skills or soft skills, human skills, whatever it is, learn some skills that you can use in the real world to make an impact.
Awesome. And close us out, Sean. What's the big deal?
Yeah, I want to pick up on what everybody said there and really emphasize the fact that there are these great opportunities that you have, and don't limit yourself, explore, but also consider talking with advisors on a regular basis. Be really diligent about meeting with them, because the number of students I've met who later on in their academic career didn't know about opportunities, didn't know about wonderful courses or programs or certificates that they probably would have learned about earlier if they'd met their A&S advisor, or maybe talk to a major advisor or a potential major, even somebody that you're not sure you want to major in. Meet with those advisors, because they're there to help you, to guide you, and to let you know that maybe journalism is what you end up wanting to do, but then you realize, wow, I can or I can specialize. And we have those programs, and a lot of other, social sciences have these little complementary programs that, unless you ask, you may never know about.
Awesome. Well, this has been a great edition of Let's Talk, University of Cincinnati Arts and Sciences. And so I just want to thank you all so much, and goodbye, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.